We'll just turn on in-game music as soon as it starts. Okay, in the bottom right, under the banner of Dark Society Gaming, currently up 1-0, we have the blue Terran, RuinedLight, and in the top left, under the banner of PasT Gaming, we have the yellow Zerg, Discode, with that fancy new beautiful logo that we just had made. This is a little more flashy, I mean, I'll give it to him. I think we should add in some, you know, fancy colors like that. Some shiny colors. NGL with that event list. Oh, the event list. Okay, you're talking about the open tournament event list. Yeah, it's wonderful. And a lot of people don't even know that that exists. And it just consolidates everything into one page and you don't have to think about it. Super nice. Alright, so Hatch Gas Pool opener here from Discode. We'll have to see if RuinedLight's going to go for the similar one base timing. That might just be kind of his bread and butter, but we'll see. Could just be what he likes to do against Protoss, so... Regardless of that, super standard right now. Why without the Game Heart mode? There's no good reason. I might as well do it. Thank you for that comment. I will definitely do that. So many more options too with the Game Heart mode. Yeah, like you can do income and everything else. Only the highest quality stream here. You know, we forget everything. We play it on low graphics. Yeah, you know, that's how we roll here. Alright, so double queen popping out. Let's see. See if he pulls off gas. Looks like he's going for the super fast third. Where you kind of cut two queens and... Ooh, he's not making any Zerglings. Fortunately, he's fighting an opponent that isn't going in for a Reaper. So he's not going to lose two drones. Which is nice. Really? It's a unique choice. It's funny, this will throw people for a complete mind game, too. Because they expect it to be here so much that they probably won't even look here. Very interesting. SCV gonna get a full scout here. He didn't pull off gas, so he might do that right now. Does he just mined an extra 100? He could be going for that Overlord speed. But it doesn't look like it. The scan comes down. Yeah, he's still not off of gas. I feel like it's warranted. Of course, he probably should have just gone for a Reaper. Considering that's like the standard for a good reason. So we have a one base Terran. CC's just finishing up. And looks like Discode's just droning up, happily macroing away. And we've got a Lair and a Roach Warren coming down here. Now let's actually look at Discode's vision. Yeah, he's checking out the natural. He sees it's not there. It's awfully suspicious. A couple Ling's gonna poke. Hopefully he moves up the ramp. Actually gets a decent count on these Marines. Sees what's going on. Otherwise we might just have another game where he's taken back by this large timing and ends up losing for absolutely no reason, considering, you know, he's in a position where he can defend this. Oh, I wish he could select only Brood War. That'd be wonderful. So he does poke up the ramp there. Perfect control there on the Zerglings, doesn't lose them immediately. But hopefully he saw the giant swell of Marines. And let's see what RuinedLight does with this. I mean, ultimately, I would say the game is in RuinedLight's, or the ball is in his side of the court, and it's kind of up to him. You know, he's open with this one base aggression, this aggressive build, I should say. He doesn't necessarily have to be aggressive, but Discode looks like he could explode into a lot of units here very shortly. He's got a decent bank, and so he could probably make all of these larvae into roaches if he wanted to. But the question is, I suppose, are roaches good against this composition? And the answer is generally no, if you get a lot of stimmed Marines. But let's see. Let's check the upgrades. He does have stim. So, I mean, you need a pretty sizable amount of roaches. But it looks like the upgrades are even. So I guess they could trade favorably or roughly even. Depending on the positioning, of course. Roach speed coming down. We see a Hydralisk Den. Double medevac. We all know that medevacs make Marines into tier 4 units. And double NG Bay probably coming down here. So this is somewhat troubling for Discode because he's going to start to fall behind in upgrades if he doesn't like quickly get Evo Chambers. And the only way that Roach is even remotely viable is if you stay at an upgrade advantage. You either have to have an overwhelming army supply or an upgrade advantage in order to even make them viable. So we will have to see what he decides to do here. You do see double medevac moving out here. Let's go ahead and follow these for a little bit. They're going straight up into the main. Discode really doesn't know that it's coming. Let's check the army value. It is currently... Oh, okay. Unique. I was going to say, it is currently in favor of Discode, though. And it looks like he's moving out with a bunch of roaches here. And these are going to be completely out of position now. This drop can go right into the main. There's not going to be enough units. All of Discode's army here is down at the bottom. Okay, in the production tab we see 8 Hydralisks. They don't really trade that favorably against Stim Marines with medevacs. And here we go, Marines running right into the main. Drones getting absolutely slaughtered. The Queen's going to go down. Oh my gosh, how many drones was that? 11. Instantly killed. He's going for the spawning pool. Decides to go after these roaches. Now we're going to have individual Hydralisks popping off here. And they're going to get ran right into the meat grinder. And we see the roaches on the minimap. They're moving back. Hydralisk Den is under fire. It might just go down. And there's nothing here to deal with it. And he just picks up and leaves. Very cost-effective engagement. 12 workers killed. Hydralisk Den. 1 queen. Absolutely devastating. And now I would say, for certain, RuinedLight is in a dominant position. Even though we have a 3rd base build, he's still in a pretty good spot. If he capitalizes on that. We have 26 Marines on the map. And it looks like his +1 is going to be done here soon. We have no upgrades whatsoever for Discode, which is pretty devastating for him. And here we go again, running into the main. Another queen's going to go down. 2nd queen definitely going to fall. And here come the roaches into the main, but there's really not much to do with the medevacs. He can just pick up and leave. And it looks like he's going to do that. Oh! But the medevac gets away just barely. And never mind, he gets killed by a queen. Gaster curse. Last shot by the queen. What a hero. You know, that's funny. It actually only shows 1 kill for a queen. Alright, music's a little loud. It's rupturing my eardrums. Alright. So this medevac just awkwardly moving over to that 3rd base location, which is actually the 4th. And so that drop, I would say, kind of set RuinedLight back now. He did some decent damage. He certainly did. Killed 12 workers. He probably could have killed more during that 2nd drop. But we do have a big move out here now. All the Marines, 2 tanks. And I am not sure that Discode is going to have the army to even deal with this. If he's not producing all units right now, he's probably going to die. He is fighting +1 bio with siege tank support. Looks like he's going to try to take down these backdoor rocks, perhaps. Nope. No, he's moving down here, and his 3rd base is now going to get killed for free. He's going to have to pull all these drones away. See a few more straggler drones getting killed. Marines stimming over here trying to get all these drones. Bunch of free kills. Must be up to 16 workers now at this point. 20 drones have fallen for this game. Positioning's a little bit awkward here, though. These tanks are exposed. This is good positioning here for Disco, getting a 2-prong surround. And it looks like, yeah, everything's going to fall. Wonderful. And it looks like the 4th base even managed to survive. But I would say that this 3rd could be fully like SCV'd at this point. Could be fully saturated. I think RuinedLight's been slacking a little bit on his production. He does have full energy too. He could drop some mules. But the one really big thing though is that RuinedLight is going to have +2 weapons, and +2 weapons are very good. Now we see a move out here from Discode. He's keeping his money pretty low. His army is not great. It's okay. But he's getting a good engagement here. Giant move command, though, from Discode. Actually, from both of them. Siege tank getting ultra repaired. And it looks like Discode's going to pull out of there. Decides he doesn't want to lose everything. I think he probably could have taken that engagement. We did see some big move commands from both players, though. And we got the miss rally. Units trickling across the map. That's always unfortunate. Alright, so we see a big swell of drones again. Let's check units. Should see that pop here soon. Unless it already did. Alright, we got Vipers and an Ultralisk Cavern on the way. We'll have to see how he utilizes these Vipers in the next engagement. But yeah, I would say that was probably Discode's best chance there to try to whittle down these numbers. Now he's going to have another big engagement. And he's going to have to deal with +2. And look, +3 is on the way. If RuinedLight gets +3, I would argue that the game is probably over. Unless we see some really good blinding clouds. Terran Bio that has +3 is just incredibly strong. Now we see one Ultralisk in production. The army value is staggering right now. The Mule Hammers dropped. 16 workers are on the 3rd now. It's one hell of an army. And it's moving back over here to this 4th base. Discode has absolutely no vision of this, no clue. All of his units are out of position. And this is going to be one difficult army for him to kill. Now, let's see. This is probably an Ultralisk. That's going to pop out immediately and get killed, which is quite unfortunate. Oh yeah, it's an Ultra. So it's going to pop out and die right away. It might be able to get on top. No, never mind. He pulled back just a little bit. Yeah, Ultra falls immediately. This is like the least ideal engagement you want. This is why creep spread is just so important. There are not enough units here to deal with this. Army value is half right now for Discode. There's very little he can do. Production tab shows he's producing a decent amount, but will he ever have enough to actually deal with this is the question. Another Ultralisk popping out here. It's still not going to be able to do very much. He does have chitinous plating, but this is a mighty force to deal with, and +3 is on the way. He's on a timer. If this 3rd base goes down, he's definitely dead. I'd say he has roughly 1 engagement here. And it has to be a good one. This Ultralisk needs to get in there. Very, very low HP Marines, but it's just too much bio. Falls back into the siege tanks. And the army value, 2-to-1 ratio. Only a matter of time. Discode is on a timer. Got another big force moved across the map. Everything's stimming. Third base is gonna fall. These drones are moving down to the 5th base, I guess you call it. Now the 2nd base, or the 3rd base rather. And this game has shifted into RuinedLight's favor, and he's gonna close out the game here probably right now. A little bit of indecision. He could probably just pull the tanks and everything and move forward. I guess he doesn't really know. We have the caster vision here, so we get kind of a larger advantage over the fight, telling what's happening. Looks like he's just producing, keeping up on his macro. His money's nice and low. Let's check his income. Yeah, it's not doing too bad. These are very low HP Marines. Some Banelings would be decent. This is why you go Hydra Link Bane, by the way, instead of Roach Hydra. Just because Banelings on creep are just wonderful. And here's the army of Discode. Like I said before, we had a 2-to-1 ratio. Even less than that now. A 3-to-1 ratio, yeah, just about. And this is an enormous army here from RuinedLight. And it's only a matter of time until Dark Society Gaming picks up their second win. And here we go, the final engagement. Looks like Disco's pulling everything. It's still not going to matter. Drone's being pulled off the line. He does have some low HP Marines and stuff, but he's got plenty of units. And that's going to be it. 54 workers have been killed. GG is called. And that is going to be game number 2 of Dark Society versus PasT Gaming.